Isn't
like
it
that,
fascinating, though, that nature figured out a way to stop everything from fucking everything and just getting it pregnant? Isn't it like nature's like, we got to have a system in here because that's untenable. That's going to lead to chaos.
Yeah.
Like if humans...
Can you
if
imagine?
humans could get other things pregnant?
It is so good that they did.
Everything would be a hybrid of a human. Like everything.
Like be a lobster human hybrid. Somebody would do that. You know?
Island filled with turtle people.
People walking around with exoskeletons going, hey, this ain't so bad.
You're going to be on the island going, I can't believe someone a turtle.
Yeah.
And there's going to be this guy like with a turtle shell on. Yeah. You know, he's going to be mad at you. Like, I'm just saying.
Because people are insane.
Insane.
I mean, somebody has probably the turtle.
100% someone's the turtle. Right? If you had to bet everything you own,
sure.
100%. A guy somewhere has been hopped up on some fucking Vietnamese street meth, probably American, probably an American guy from the Southwest, over there hiding from the law or something, and he's methed up and he's the turtle.
Right.
Yeah, people have everything.
But no result because of the power. The nature has made these protections, thankfully.
The wildest hybrid, of course, is the liger.
Yeah.
Because they miss the gene that regulates size.
Yeah.
They don't have the same gene that like a tiger and a lion does.
I've seen those.
I forget which one. How does it work? Is it a male lion and a female tiger, or a male tiger and a female lion? I forget which one it is, but in that combination, when they make a liger, they just keep growing.
Yeah,
they're so big.
Yeah, I've looked at these on the internet. The thing is I guess a tiger and a lion and a donkey and a horse are close enough together in evolution to be able to do this, and there's I guess no animal that is close enough to us to be able to come close enough.
Because they've done experiments with
maybe we just haven't.
primates.
Maybe just nobody's fucked the right thing yet to figure it out.
I bet someone pulled it off in China or Russia or something like that. They probably got some chimp human hybrid somewhere.
I've heard sort of internet conspiracy theories that there was a Russian experiment that went awry or something like this. But
there was this one very strange case of a chimpanzee that they call humanzee. And this chimpanzee had very human-like features, and it lived with a family. I forget if it was a family of researchers. I forget the story, but they always end tragically because those things ultimately, as they get older, they want to be the boss. It's a big male, and they're going to just fuck you up. They're going to bite your fingers off or bite your friend's finger. It's always something like that. They always do something horribly violent eventually. But this one that they had him for a long time, and he looked like a human.
Yeah.
Look, it looked weird. Like and he stood upright a lot, and he wore clothes. He's got a big old donkey dick. Look at that donkey dick. The Humanzee of Orange Park.
First of all, Humanzee is such a great name. I mean, I almost wish it had worked just for that reason alone. Right. Humanzee. I mean, there'd be Humanzees going around. But, I often kind of have
there's some weird, shocking pictures of it. Like that one in the upper right-hand corner. The one, that right.
And they're so strong.
Click on that one. Look at its face.
Yeah.
Like it's got an odd face. And there's some pictures, I think, that are probably doctored that made it a little more human-looking that could confuse people. But the thing, like, as it got older, see if you can find the older pictures of it. It looked real weird, man. Yeah. But it was just a chimp. It was just a chimp that, had been taught to behave that way.
Yeah.
Look at how he's walking. He's walking like a chimp. He's not walking like a human. Look at the shoulders and the arms. That's a chimp.
I sometimes think about the close calls I've had with a couple times with animals where I wasn't really giving them not like just understanding the power they had. Like I had a chimpanzee on a show I did once on my TV show back in the day, and it was a trained chimpanzee, but massive. And I remember after the show, I just said, "Hey, can I hang out with the chimpanzee?" So it came out, and I was just sitting out with him in the parking lot for about half an hour, just me and this chimpanzee, right in front of me, looking right in my eyes. It was playing with the buttons on my shirt, and it was the trainer was 20 feet away, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. And then a few years later, I read about the chimpanzee killing people and how violent they are, and you go, man, that is, I had a macaw at one point, which I actually had to get rid of, a big red parrot, a macaw. And I got it when it was 13 months old. And this was my biggest disappointment, I'd say, with a pet, because I had gotten this macaw His named Rex. He was on the web show for a period of time. I was after you were on that time, and I really love this thing, and I love animals, and I was so fascinated by it because I was realizing, this is a pet that I'm going to have for the rest of my life, and I was all dedicated to this, and I was really kind of somewhat moved by the fact that I was going to be having this beautiful macaw for the rest of my life, and it would pick my teeth, and it would stick its beak in my mouth, and literally like just kind of put its plate and chew on my ear and all of this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, when it got to be about 13 years old, it just became a real asshole. Like it really, really changed. It had been going from this little baby to I couldn't put my hand in the cage without it really biting hard, and I almost took my finger off. I had to go in the cage to clean the cage, and I couldn't pick it up anymore, and I actually had to find it a new home. But
do you think it just didn't like being in a cage?
I'm sure it didn't. I wouldn't like it myself. And that feels bad too. That's the thing I don't really like about having.
You're a prison warden.
Yeah, exactly. I started to feel really bad, so I took it back to the bird place where I'd gotten it, and they said to me, "Oh yeah, we don't." It's been 13 years later. I've been spending $75 a month on walnuts for 13 years. These eat a lot of walnuts. And then they say, "Oh yeah, we don't sell macaws anymore because when they get to be 13, they change and they become really, really mean." I'm like, "Well, you could have told me that 13 years ago." But so I
so it's like there's an internal clock.
Yeah,
it's like a puberty thing.
Like a puberty thing, yeah. And so I feel bad, but I got her a better home.
That's why it's scary to be in front of a chimp.
Yeah,
because the chimp.
Exactly.
They could just decide.
I just
fuck this guy up.
I have these moments where I think about the time when that macaw would have its beak in my mouth, just
your lips.
months before it could have ripped my face apart, sitting with that. But the Fanny, this mule, and I have the donkey as well, who was her companion for her, named Kia. She was a 2-year-old donkey, and the donkey will live to be 50. Potentially. Oh. And the Fanny is a big animal, so she could live to be 30, 35 years old. And so she's 10 now. So it's a big responsibility. And I really kind of consider them now, after having them just for a short time, kind of family. Yeah. So it's an amazing thing. But the thing that's most interesting about a mule, let me just kind of, we won't talk about mules for the whole show, but they are so smart that they figure you out. So I'm new to this. So when I first got her, I was given 1 day of training on how to ride a horse. So I learned how to saddle her up. I learned how to get up on this thing. You pull the rein, you look where you want to go, you push with your foot opposite of the side you want to turn. There's a sort of little rhythm to that. And it went great for about a month, but then she started sort of figuring out that I was sort of uncertain in what I was doing. She started to understand that I didn't know what I was doing. And so she starts testing me, right? And I don't necessarily realize that's what's going on.